Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malie and I hope the lighting is good today. I'm doing my video a little earlier in the day, but it's another Plant of the Week video on a beautiful plant called lavender. Now, everybody knows what lavender is, but I don't know if you know how many varieties there are. And let's go look at mine and let's talk a little bit more about how to raise lavender and how to take care of it. So here we are in my front yard. If you can't tell, I love lavender. I have a couple of different varieties up here. This first one is Munstead. Now, on the tags, the Munstead say they get 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. Well, this is close to 6 feet. You know, it's about 3 feet tall, but about 6 feet wide. So they can get quite large. And if you can notice, the bees, and of course the grasshoppers love everything, but the bees of all different types and sizes love lavender. We do have a lot of grasshoppers this year. So the Munstead lavender, I love it because of the deep purple color of it. Here's another one. And I love the color combination of the orange and yellow lilies with the purple lavender. Now lavender doesn't bloom all summer. You get a good 4 weeks of bloom, starting, usually from May to June. Now this right here is a different variety of lavender. This is called Provence. Now the color is not as deep as the Munstead, but the scent is what I grow it for. Provence lavender is supposed to have the most incredible scent of all the lavenders. And it too is also completely covered in the bees. This is also a Provence lavender. It gets taller and a lot wider than the regular lavender. Now these lavenders have just about outgrown, let's take that back. These lavenders have definitely outgrown their spots. Let me show you some of the problems we're having with them also. When lavender gets older, it starts to get woody on the inside and starts to die off. Especially this Provence lavender, it's not as winter hardy as the Munstead. But even over here on my Munstead lavender, we have a large area of dieback. Unfortunately, what I think I'm going to need to do is as soon as these lavenders are ready to be cut back, once their flowers are gone, I'm going to pull all of them out. Now, never fear, we're going to keep lavender. What I'm going to do is we got a weed here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the little lavender seedlings that I have popping up everywhere. I have at least 8 of them. This one right here looks like it's part of the other plant, but it's actually a seedling. Got another 2 over here. I'm going to transplant those either early in the fall or spring next year so that I can grow my lavender again. Let me go show you one other variety of lavender. Now this is a new variety of lavender that I just planted. It's called Won. And the reason I planted this lavender is before I had the Munstead lavenders around my old rickety mailbox, and they completely engulfed it. They were just too big for this area. So the Won lavenders are supposed to grow 18 inches tall and wide, and we'll see how close they stay to that. But they also have a really great scent and a beautiful dark blue flower. Now there is another variety of lavender that I've grown, and it is actually a white lavender called Alba. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll see if I can find a picture to attach here of what it looked like. But its scent was very clean and crisp. It was a different scent than the other lavenders, but it got just as big as the Munstead and I had to tear it out. It was planted in my front flower beds. Now lavender does have special care needs. It needs really well-draining soil. It does not like to have moisture around its roots. If you could water it like once a week really deeply, it would be really happy. Unless it was in really, really heavy clay that held the moisture, then you would need to work in some amendments so that you loosen that up a bit. It doesn't like rich soil and it doesn't like fertilizer, so I never fertilize my lavender plants. The other thing they need is once the flowers are done blooming, you can cut them back to the first few leaves of foliage. And I will link a video up at the top about how I clean up my lavender at the end of the summer. The other thing that you need to think about is when you cut back lavender, especially from mature plants, do not cut back into the woody sections. Just cut back into where the first soft leaves are. If you cut back into the woody sections, they will not grow back. Now, I do happen, like a lot of other people, to watch Garden Answer videos with Laura, and she has a way of pruning lavender that I might try with my wee ones. She takes, from the very first year, she cuts them all the way back, to just a few inches high, and they never get woody that way. So I may try that with the wee ones and see how that works. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Definitely go out and try lavender. If you have a very sunny, dry, well-draining area, please try lavender. It is absolutely gorgeous and the pollinators love it. Until our next video, I hope you enjoy your gardens and have a wonderful garden adventure.